This week's live Q&A here in the INFJ INFP healing group. It's great to be here with you today, and I'm hoping that you've been staying safe, you've been having a good day, and you've been able to attend to the needs of your inner children to build your life into a more into a more coming together way, and making decisions together and collect information together and get into a more integrated space. Now today I just want to say happy Pride Month. We have a couple of days left, and we had some Pride questions come in today, and I'm going to start with those. I'm super excited to speak here with my LGBTQ friends, LGBTQ plus friends. I got your back. Thank you for being you. And the more of us, all of us, become more of a show and bring out who we are and what our values are, and the more richer the planet is going to be. So thank you for coming out, or thank you for not yet quite being there, or wherever you are. Thank you for that. You're making the world a richer place by just being you. Okay, so the first question today is, my son who is in middle school shared with me that they are gay, and I'm struggling to know how to respond and relate. My first response was panic, but I know better than to act on that. But now I'm just afraid to say or do the wrong thing, so our relationship has become strained. How can I lead this child in something I have no experience or understanding in? And this question is from an INFJ. Okay, so first of all, thank you for asking the question. Secondly, thank you for not acting on your panic. When we encounter something that we're not familiar with, we tend to become our survival part of our brain activates, and we don't quite know what to do because we're not thinking, we're not able to stay centered in our thoughts, and we can panic. As you said, your first response was to panic, but well done for restraining that panic a little bit and starting to engage the thinking brain again. I want to commend you on that, so thank you for doing that. Then, you were saying that I'm just afraid to say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing, and because of that, your relationship has become strained. I wonder if there are a couple of things going on. Number one, it's possible that because you're afraid of saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing, that your child may have gotten the message that you don't accept them because you're not pursuing something that they shared with you. So you probably know the answer to that, but I don't know. I don't have enough information on this to make a judgment on that. So I just wanted to bring that point up. And secondly, you were asking, how can I lead this child in something I have no experience in or understanding in? You're not supposed to lead your child in every endeavor that they encounter, in everything that they do. If you think about your child telling you that they are gay, and if you compare that to something like, your child telling you that they want to pursue a career in agriculture, and you know nothing about agriculture, do you think that it's a reasonable request for you to ask yourself to be able to lead your child in this? In agriculture, because you have no experience in. So the answer to that is no. You can't expect yourself to try and be a leader in something that you don't understand or have no experience on. Too many people kind of who don't have experience in or haven't experienced, so they haven't experienced something themselves, or they don't have a lot of knowledge, they tend to have a lot of opinions about all kinds of things, and that tends to muddy the waters rather than make them clearer. And so my encouragement for you would be to ask your son, how does he feel about it, and what does he think about it, and how does he see that particular part of him be expressed? Because what I've noticed is that a lot of heterosexuals think that being gay is just about sex, and it's actually not. And your son is in middle school, so for him it may or may not be relevant yet even. So I'd ask you to dismantle what you think gay means, or if you have a lot of kind of hesitancy around it, which, you know, sounds like you do, how about you just let go of having to know what it means or how to respond to it, and ask him, you know, what are the things that are right for me to say to you? How would you like me to speak to you about this? What can I do to support you in this? And he might have those answers. I also really encourage you to read literature in this area. I don't, off the top of my head, have anything to recommend, because I have always been in such a fortunate position to have friends of all kinds of orientation, and who've been very generous with their thoughts and the information and so on around movements around different orientations. But try and find out try and find out what, at the very least, what the experience a lot of gay people is compared to straight people. So what are the things that kind of the discriminatory things that happen, and then maybe start and support your son in ways of that, because he's probably going to experience some of that discrimination. So those are the things I would say, you know. Well done because this is big news. Like, we are wired to think that you have a man and a woman, and then they get together, and then they have kids, and so on. It continues, and it's not actually as simple as that. And well done for not you know, when you kind of panicked. Well done for not running into some kind of a reaction and trying to enroll your son in it. I want to commend you on that, but also ask him, and you can even just tell him, hey, I am sorry if I seem like I don't care because you told me about your sexual orientation, and because I don't have personal experience in this area, I'm not sure how to respond to it, or I don't know how to be supportive to you. So if you can tell me, that would be great. And if you can't, I'll do my best. Please know that I'll do my best to understand, and please know that this is the first one for me. So I'm going to be failing forward as your parent as well. So that's what I would say. You don't have to lead this child in this experience. Maybe you just teach your child through example how to love themselves and how to be the healthiest version of themselves as they possibly can, and the orientation won't make any difference. So I hope that helps.